Good morning, folks. It's Kurt Sawyer from Sawyer's Maple Farm, back again with another video. This time we're talking about tap pulling and tubing sanitation. Now what we do around here is we'll just pull our taps out, and normally, like, I'll just reach up here and I'll yank it out. What we'd normally do is I would take I'd have more gear on, big pockets and pouches and maybe a backpack, and a pair of cutters, and we'll snip the spout off and put that in our pocket, and we'll carry it out of here. This time what we're doing is we're just leaving these hanging just like so, because this particular section of woods, about almost 900 taps, all need to have new drops on them. So to keep things simple and easy, we're just yanking them out of the tree and leaving them hanging there. And either in the next couple weeks, or if not, we'll do it in the fall, and we'll come through and we'll just replace drops and make it nice and simple. Probably we'll do it in the fall when it's cool and it's comfortable and there's no bugs. Right now we're in a time crunch. Up here in northern Maine, we kind of get infested with black flies, and it's not fun to be out in the woods. But as to tubing sanitation, a lot of people will say, okay, yeah, you want to clean it out with like isopropyl alcohol, which is not legal here in the United States to actually clean with. I will be honest, we did it at one point for a couple of years because we didn't know any better. That was when we were new to this and just didn't know any better. But we ended up stopping doing that, and we went with the just pull them and suck them dry. We would normally run the vacuum pump while we're pulling them to suck all the sap out. In this case, to save on power and time, we're just going to yank them, and then we'll suck it all out afterwards. I'll run the vacuum pump for a day, maybe as a total, and I'll just open up each conductor system at a time and suck them dry. But with tubing sanitation, what people have found is, like Proctor and Cornell, is the studies are showing that no matter what you use for cleaning it, whether it be isopropyl alcohol, a bleach, chlorine type solution, just yanking them, I think there's some other method too. I think it seems like there was a fifth method. Anyways, what they're finding is yes, in your drop, you will have less bacteria in it for the first month or two. Most people will clean their tubing in the springtime, and then it should be good for the rest of the season. However, what the studies were showing was that by next spring, it has just as much bacteria in the tubing as there was before they cleaned it, or almost as much. So at that point, it gets to be down to the point of why bother? So I'm actually finding that between cleaning, since I have done it, like I said, for a few years, and not cleaning at all, I'm finding our tubing is a lot cleaner, just not cleaning them at all. We're not getting all the scuds and bacteria built up in the tubing as long as we suck them dry. Just getting all the sap right out of them and suck them dry, makes it nice and easy. Why bother going through all that extra effort if it really isn't going to do much for you? And you got to keep it easy, especially when be bigger and bigger. Like, we've got 7,000 taps. That's a lot of effort to go through for 7,000 taps to clean every single one of them. And we used to come out here with a little gallon jug of cleaning mixed with diluted down with water, and we'd suck, pull the tap out and then suck that stuff up through it. Just not worth the effort. So we don't do it anymore. Like I said, we'll just yank them out of the tree. Like normally, we'd just cut the spout off and bring it out with us. But these taps here in this particular section of woods are getting all new drops this year, because it's been quite a few years since they've got new drops. These are actually the original drops when we installed this, probably 6 or 8 years ago. And so they're long overdue. They like to draw. They say, according to the studies, once again, you want to, ideally, for your cost to effect ratio, you want to change out your drops about every 3 years. So we'll start doing that this year in a bunch of places in the woods. We haven't been good at doing that just because time. I mean, you get so many things you got to work on in the woods. There's only so many things you can do. You got to pick your battles. So this is one that we're picking to do because we're not expanding anywhere else this year, not adding more taps, not doing any big construction projects. So it gives us time to actually fix some of these things. That's what all the laughter is about. So I think that's pretty much it. I mean, the tap pulling is pretty simple, pretty easy. If you don't have one of these, I recommend getting some. I actually got these from LaPierre. They're about 3 foot long and make it really handy, especially in deep snow years when the tap is way on up the tree. And there've been times where we've had people standing on people's shoulders and still reaching the full arm length and full tap puller length to reach the spout. All depends on how high up that tubing is and how deep the snow was and how high you could actually reach that year. A lot of ours, we had low snow this year, are down low where we can actually reach them pretty easy. And it's it's all about leverage. So I have used ones that are only about that long, and it works. It wears down on your hand after a while. You just get sore and tired, and this is a lot easier to handle and use. I think that's about it. We'll see you next time.